This video is commentary and/or criticism, which is considered fair use under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Mario belongs to Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto, and anybody else associated, not me. I hope everybody's clear on that. Is everybody clear on that? I certainly hope so. Thanks. Hi. I know I'm dodging that Essay 2 review. Getting my priorities straight isn't exactly my strong suit. But hey, I figured I'd talk about a Mario game. Simply because I feel like it. Well, that and because Mario himself is sitting right over there, holding a knife. Snitches get stitches, you know. Right, moving on. The game I'm going to be talking about today is Super Mario 3D World. I figured this would be a good opportunity since I never got to talk about it in my Wii U review on account of my previous copy not working. But before we get into this thing, how about a little bit of history? Not on the series, because I'm pretty sure you all know who Mario is. If you don't know who Mario is, chances are you actually live under a rock, or you just don't pay attention to shit. My first introduction to video games, if you really want to call it that, is this little SpongeBob TV game here. It wasn't anything too special, but it was better than nothing, and I was like 7, so I didn't give two shits. Well, my auntie came over one day and saw me playing Super Chum Bucket, one of the games included on there, and said it reminded her a lot of Mario, which, yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance. Anyway, of course that got me interested. I'm like, what the hell is Mario? Of course I didn't say like that because I was 7 and I would have gotten in serious trouble, but I digress. I decided to get the GameCube because that was the Nintendo system at the time, and I decided to get Super Mario Sunshine for it since that was the major Mario game for it. Can't say I regretted that decision. That game was rather fun and, kind of paved the way for the kind of Mario games I'm into these days. One hell of a game for a 7-year-old to be playing, though. That game is not easy, let me tell you. Anyway, I'm sure that game is why I lean more towards the 3D Mario games than anything else. The 2D Mario games, they're alright. I also ended up watching that movie, like, way too many times as a kid. I loved the hell out of it, for some fucking reason. Whether or not it's held up in my opinion is, maybe a video for another day. I also ended up playing the first Super Mario Bros. On this bootleg TV game thing called the Super Joy 3, I think. It had Super Mario Bros. And Mario Bros., you know, the one with the pipes, which was called Mr. Mary for some reason. I don't know. Bootleg games are weird. Some of my other personal favorites would have to be Karateka, listed as Tekken, Ye Are Kung Fu, listed as the King of Fighters, and Circus Charlie, listed as Toy Story. What? Anyway, I was never too good at Super Mario Bros., and even to this day, I'm probably still the worst Super Mario Bros. Player, which is just sad. Probably why I feel the way I do about 2D Mario games. The best 2D Mario games in my opinion would have to be Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and Super Mario Land 2. Oh, and Yoshi's Island, if you really want to count that one. Other than that, my favorite Mario games would have to be Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and the Galaxy games. The Galaxy games actually being my all-time favorite Mario games. I've yet to really play Odyssey. I mean, I played a demo, but that was about it, and I suppose what little I played was actually rather enjoyable, so looking forward to when I get to play that one for real. But on to the main event, Super Mario 3D World, which is a sequel of sorts to Super Mario 3D Land. Now let's talk about that one a little bit. All you have to know about Super Mario 3D Land is that Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach and Mario has to rescue her. Yay for originality. Gameplay-wise, the best I can describe it is that if the 2D Mario games and the 3D Mario games had a baby, this is what it would look like. The camera's also at a really weird angle, but I mean, the gameplay is well, so that's good. Now Super Mario 3D World, on the other hand, drum roll please. Is basically the same game. Were you expecting me to say something else after all that build-up? But in all seriousness, that's really only the case at first glance. Here's 3D Land, here's 3D World. See the difference? I sure don't. But there are key differences. For one, the story. Rather than kidnapping Princess Peach this time, Bowser decides to perform the oh-so-cruel act of trapping fairies in a bottle. Oh, but it's okay when Link does it. And that's pretty much it. That's the story. Once again, the game's very light on storytelling, but at the very least, this time, Peach isn't the one getting kidnapped. In fact, you actually get to play as her in this game. Hot fucking dog. You get to play as her for the first time since Super Mario Bros. 2. Or should I say, Super Princess Peach, for anyone who actually remembers that game. The game also has the option for multiplayer, which means you can have 4 characters at any given time. The playable characters are Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. Wow, am I getting a case of the deja vus or what? Tends to happen whenever I play a Mario game. I wonder why. Watch it. Okay, it was just a joke. Jesus. Sensitive, am I right? Anyway, so like Super Mario 3D Land, this game is a hybrid of 2D and 3D Mario. Basically what that means is, instead of the health bar like in most 3D Mario games, you have the power-ups from the 2D Mario games, but everything's in a 3D perspective. The gameplay style works. It's not bad by any means. The game is actually quite fun, but the camera being at a weird angle can lead to some cheap deaths on occasion. As for the power-ups, it's pretty standard stuff for the most part. You have your Super Mushroom and you have your Fire Flower. One of the most notable is probably the Tanuki suit, which appears for the first time since Super Mario Bros. 3, though it was in Super Mario 3D Land. Speaking of the Tanuki suit, if you die too many times in a level, a block will appear which will give you a white Tanuki suit that will grant you invincibility, which I hate to admit I did actually end up using a couple of times. I swear, they're really going out of their way to make games more beginner-friendly these days. But hey, you don't see me complaining. Let's just say me and Darkside Phil have something in common. Although overall, I'd have to say this is probably the easiest Mario game I've ever played. And this is coming from somebody who sucks more than Kirby and the Poltergust 3000 combined. And finally, there's the new power-up, the Cat Bell, which gives you a cat suit and gives you several new abilities. This is probably the most interesting of the bunch. This power-up gives you the ability to run up walls as well as pounce on enemies. Not to mention all the characters just look super adorable. Now, gameplay-wise in general, I gotta say, a few minor gripes aside, I'm actually very impressed with this one. It got somewhat of a mixed reception, but for me, it's probably one of my all-time favorite Mario games, and I even prefer it to most of the 2D Mario games. For one, I think the level design is actually really good overall. Like, it probably has some of the best level design in the entire series, in my opinion. There are a few meh levels, but other than that, there wasn't really a level I didn't like. The game also has some interesting gamepad gimmicks. Like there's this stage where you use the gamepad's microphone to move platforms. Now in most cases, you'd move this platform up by blowing into the microphone on the gamepad like this. But you can say just about anything into it, see? I'm talking and the platform's just moving up. Up. Go. Fuck. Shit. Right, my immaturity meets no bounds, but I'm just trying to make a point here. I just find it rather cool that you can do that. You can also collect green stars, which are hidden throughout the stages, and are actually required to unlock most of the stages. In fact, I'd say at least half of them are required to beat the game, so it's very much like Super Mario 64 in that regard. And even after you beat the game, there's a ton of unlockable stuff to keep you busy, such as a Super Mario Galaxy themed stage and the ability to play as Rosalina herself. Ultra sexy space waifu for the win. Hold on, so what does she look like in the cat suit? Okay, that is officially the cutest thing ever. Eat your fucking heart out, YouTube cat videos. This game's graphics are also fantastic. I mean, this is one of the best looking Mario games I have ever played. Anyway, there's also the Captain Toad levels where you solve puzzles and collect green stars. And also Toad can't jump for some reason. Everybody makes such a friggin' big deal out of these, and they even ended up making a spin-off game out of them. I mean, I like them. They're definitely some of the better mini-games and games in my opinion, but I don't really think that they warrant an entire game being made out of them. I mean, Christ, the game's even getting a Switch port with Super Mario Odyssey themed stages, which is cool and all, but seriously? I mean, hey, if you enjoy them that much, good on ya. And I do plan to pick the game up at some point, it's just not really my #1 priority. I'm sure some people will have a problem with my opinion, but you can shove that up your ass. Alright, I know that was rude, but seriously, people are entitled to their opinions, okay? Just saying. As for the music, it's alright. I mean, it fits the game's atmosphere, but it's really not all that. It's definitely not as good as music from previous games, so music-wise, it's adequate. Anyway, I think that'll do it for the review. I don't think I left anything out, at least not anything super important. That's definitely the basic gist. So yeah, I reviewed a Mario game. Is that good enough for you? Yup, that'll do. I mean, you could have gone a little more in detail, but I'd say that's the bare necessities. I'd say we're good here. So we're good then? That's all she wrote? We're done here? Yeah, go nuts. Review a damn Sony game for all I care. I just wanted you to give me some well-deserved attention. Anyway, I guess I'll be seeing my way out. Okay, so I will see you next time with my Sonic Adventure 2 review. Like, I 100% promise that my next review will be Sonic Adventure 2, unless fucking Kratos walks through that door and threatens to axe my face off. I think we're good here, so yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 coming next. I will fucking see you then. Bye-bye and shit.